Thank everybody who came to see this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time, and the nice thing is after 22 years ago this month, we went down to Tennessee to make this movie, and 20 years ago we showed it to a group of investors who were truly horrified. But the good thing is that after seeing it again, it's lost none of its rawness or edge. So I have to say it withstood the test of time, and all I can say is Sam's gotten much nicer to his actors and actresses over the years. Yes, I don't think Sharon Stone would have done half those gags with these people. So.
Betsy and Sarah, I wanted to ask you, what point in your acting careers were you when you made The Evil Dead? And what did you think when you were first approached by Sam and Rob about making this kind of movie?
Well, I thought they were crazy. They were nuts. They were loony bins. They really were. But I was just beginning. I was actually working and living in Detroit, and you had called me or called my agent, and I met them pretty much just like it says in Bruce's book, at a restaurant, because I didn't trust them at all.
The audition was basically, let's see how you scream, and what do you look like driving a car, and that was it, pretty much.
So I'm sure there were a lot of times when you wanted to burst out laughing at some of the effects, some of the makeup, things that you were being called on to do. Was that difficult at all to, in fact, play it straight and to make it look like you were horrified?
Yeah, sometimes it was difficult because we usually shot at night, so therefore our whole clocks were off, for 8, 10, 12 weeks.
We never knew when we were going to shoot, because it kind of depended on who was awake and what the light was like, and if the mask was ready.
And so when Sam and Rob would ask us to do something and they would explain it to us, we'd just start laughing. And then we want you to spit out the blood here, but it won't be blood, we'll just give you some strawberry daiquiri, that'll tide you over. And then we want you to walk over across the room with the lenses in your eyes, but we'll guide you, don't worry. So it was,
You won't be able to see, but walk really fast over to where Bruce is.
And there was that trust element. We won't hurt you, Betsy. We really won't hurt you. These are just fake beams. They won't hurt whatsoever.
I don't think either one ever laughed when we were making it.
No, it wasn't funny at all. And making the masks, they had to put something all over our entire face and straws up our nose so that they could make a mask of our face. And you thought you were going to suffocate just doing that part of it.
In fact, for any of you who know special effects, we were so primitive at that time that we were actually doing molds with alginate, just taking molds with plaster of Paris. So people would be in their masks and suddenly steam would start to rise, and they'd write on a little piece of paper, hot. And then poor Betsy, her eyelashes got stuck in the plaster of Paris trying to get the mask off, and she ended up losing them in the battle, but it was all a big learning curve. So.
Now, who were the Shemps?
The quick story of Shemps comes from fake Shemp because the Three Stooges used to shoot 3 shorts at the same time. Well, in the making of 3 Stooge shorts, Shemp died, and they needed to get a fake Shemp to come in, and so he kind of concealed his face from the lens and ran around going, woo! The shooting on this went on for about a year and a half. It dribs and drabs, and not everyone was available. We often had to get other people to play body parts flopping on the floor. That's the credit of fake Shemp that you see at the end of the movie.
When my body parts were scattered on the floor, that was actually my head and Rob's leg.
That's right.
And who else was in that scene? There were 3 or 4 of us.
That's how we spent New Year's 1980. So.
New Year's.
Now I have to ask all 3 of you, were you at all surprised when the movie became a great hit called Favorite and spawned this series of 2 sequels and a whole fan base?
Yes.
Could you elaborate?
Well, it's just come out of hiding now. I'm still in shock. When we made it, it still it didn't really do anything for a long time. And, you know, I kind of blindfolded my parents when they came to see it. I didn't want them to really see it.
And my wife saw it years and years before she ever met me and thought whoever made this movie should be put away for the rest of their lives. I think the people who were most surprised were our investors because they never saw a nickel out of it for years after it was finished, and 10 years or 8 years, something like that, before they started to get anything back. So the fact that it's now the gift that keeps giving, I think, is they're the most surprised.
You shot the film 16 millimeter?
Yes, we did.
So this is actually a blow up with much, much better sound than you probably heard when it first came out.
Very much. As I said, the THX logo probably cost more than the whole movie.
What's the latest? Is there going to be an Evil Dead 4?
Well, I've been officially told by Sam and Bruce I can say something. Unfortunately, Sam can't be here tonight because he's working on how to get those pesky World Trade Centers out of Spider-Man right now, and has a big reshoot coming up. And Bruce is in Louisville at a book signing, but we do have a project that we're working on together to go back to our independent roots and be able to do the things that you can't do on a big budget movie. So whether it's directly Evil Dead 4, it will be a Sam and Robin Bruce collaboration with starring Bruce.
I would like to thank the three of you for giving back here tonight as well. By joining us. Please join me once again in welcoming Ms. Gillian and Rob Lambert, Betty Baker. A huge thank you to Anchor Bay Entertainment and to all of you for joining us here tonight. Hope to see you again soon.